Jade Saligumba of 12 STEM A Bayanihan of Marikina High School, and I'm going to show you steps and procedures on how to ferment an apple. First, let us identify and let us define what is fermentation. According to Oxford Dictionary, fermentation is the process of breakdown of a substance by a bacteria, yeast, or other microorganisms, typically involving effervescence and the giving of heat. The process of fermentation involves in the making of beer, wine, and liquor, in which sugars are converted to ethyl alcohol. Apple vinegar is made through a two-step fermentation process. First, alcohol is formed from yeast consuming sugars within the fruit. Second, oxygen and the bacteria of the genus Actobacter must be present for the acetic fermentation to take place. First, I go to the nearest store to buy some apples. First, I wash the jars to make sure it's dust-free, grease-free, and free from any other dirts. During sterilization of the jars, I measured the temperature of the water before and after the heat was applied. I sterilized the jars one by one because the pot is not large enough to sterilize both of the jars at the same time. I sliced the apple into tiny little bits so that I can expose the sugars of the apple. After I expose the sugars by cutting the apples into little pieces, I immediately put it inside a jars. After I put the apples into the jar, I then put a distilled water into it. After filling the jars with apples and water, I covered the lid of the jars with a clean towel using a rubber band to expose the fermenting apples into oxygen while keeping the dust away from it. So, ito na nga yung dalawa. Diba sa video, nagawa kong dalawa. Ito yung isa, nagkaroon na siya ng mold. And then yung isa, the other one is staying pretty nicely. It's fermenting pretty nicely. So, the other one which has mold, I'll try to remove the molds from it. So, maybe it will still become successful. There are so many mold in it, and the smell, it's beginning to become unsightly. It's not, it starts to smell disgusting. So maybe tomorrow I'll check it again, and then if it still has produced molds, maybe I'll recheck it right away and consider it as a failure since the other one still fermenting nicely. So here is our two final product, this one and another, this one. This one I think it's a failure because it's a little dirty. It's a dirtier compared to the other one. So I'm going to show it to you. It's dirtier compared to the other one. Here is the comparison between them. And the smell, it doesn't have a good scent. It's not like the other one that you can smell the apple and you can perceive by smell only that it has a sweet taste. So but the other one, it smells not good, so I'll dispose of it later on. So finally, I'm gonna filter this vinegar to separate the apple chunks and the residue at the bottom using first a colander and second a clean towel. So let's do it. So I'm going to evaluate our vinegar after it is filtered out. So Our vinegar smells like an ordinary vinegar, but its scent is comparable to that of the apple. So I'm going to taste our vinegar. Our vinegar tastes like a mild vinegar, and it's a little sweet. Also, the apple, which is what we use to create this fermented apple vinegar, you can also taste it within this vinegar. So I'm going to taste it again. So it tastes like an apple and a very sweet mild vinegar. So before I transfer the filtered vinegar using a colander to our small bottle for possible business entrepreneur, I'm going to filter it using this clean towel. So to filter this, I'm using a rubber band to hold the towel in place so it doesn't keep from moving. So, and I'm gonna place a little expansion here at the center so that the vinegar won't overflow as I pour it into another bottle, and also to filter it out. So here's just keep a little time. It's pouring out slowly, so as you can see, it's just dropping slow little by little. So I'm gonna keep it from moving. As you can see, here it is. It's just dropping little by little, so it will take a lot of time. So this is our final product of our fermented apple, and we're gonna label it with product name, also with contact information regarding our possible business, and here's how I do it. I used Canva to create the template that I want and that suits my product. I inputted my vinegar's product name, my name, personal contact information, possible business address, and also ingredients. And here's how it looked.